I'm on a mission to learn about and listen to every K-pop adjacent artist to expand my knowledge of the industry and my musical taste. Last week we talked about the Kim sisters, who are often considered the first origins of the K-pop industry. This week we talk about the Pearl sisters, who are also defining artists for the industry, although with a more rock-heavy than pop-heavy sound. The Pearl sisters were a duo of sisters, In-suk and In-soon, who debuted in 1968. Honestly, I feel like their album covers and art kind of tell you everything you need to know about them and really show how representative of the era they are. Like, I love this. Actually, speaking of this whole wonderful look, some people think that the Pearl sisters could have inspired the 70s looking group from K-pop Demon Hunters, which, yeah, they were probably at least in the brainstorm. Beyond K-pop Demon Hunters, they're credited with creating a revolution in music at the time, both musically and aesthetically, and are even said to have inspired the more rocky and psychedelic sounds of modern K-pop. Although they're not well known of internationally, it seems that they were very popular in Korea, and won the Best Popular Singer Daesang at Gayo Daejeon in 1969. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And apparently, their 1968 full album was the first girl group album in Korea to sell 1 million copies, which really tells you about the scale of their popularity. Although they released many of their own songs, they also did many covers of both Korean and American songs. The most famous of these is their cover of One Cup of Coffee by Shin Joo-hyun, which seems to have become more popular than the original, which is fair. It's a great song. I really enjoy their whole 1980 album, which seems to be called Hate/Love. The whole thing is pure 70s, but I'd say most of all I like The Person Who Has to Leave. And I'll wait. However, as is the struggle with many of these older Korean groups, what I've told you today is basically the sum of the information that exists about them on the English-speaking internet. So, if you know more about them, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Next week, we talk about another girl group of the 60s and 70s, the Happy Dolls.